Hey everyone, today we're going to dive into a famous blues performance. We're going to look at Key to the Highway from Eric Clapton's 24 Nights live gig at the Royal Albert Hall. Richard Cousins, the bass player, absolutely nails that deep, relaxed groove, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can get that feel on your own bass. Key to the Highway is an 8-bar blues, so if you really want to delve more deeply into your blues bass playing, then you need to know the different blues forms other than just the 12-bar blues. You can pick up a copy of the lesson PDF by clicking the link below in the description. Just put in your email address and I'll send it to your inbox. Let's look at the chord progression first of all. So as I said, it's an 8-bar blues. So usually you'll have 12 bars. In Key to the Highway, you've got 8 bars. And these are the chords. You've got a bar of A, a bar of E, 2 bars of D, a bar of A, a bar of E, a bar of A, and a bar of E. So Key to the Highway, this version is in the key of A major. So if we do this in Roman numerals, it's always good to know how to do this. Because then you can transpose it to any key. We've got chord 1, chord 5, chord 4, chord 4, chord 1, chord 5, chord 1, chord 5. Not all 8-bar blues songs follow this progression, so you need to kind of learn the particular chord progression for each 8-bar song. Because the chorus is only 8 bars long, there's lots and lots of choruses, so you just really need to bed in this chord progression and you'll repeat it over and over again. Before we look at Richard Cousins' bass line, we're going to play a very simple root note groove. We're going to use 8th notes with the shuffle feel. So it's really important that you get the difference between the shuffle and the straight feel. So shuffle feel, bump, 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 bump. Straight feel, bop, 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 bop. Okay? You can get it from the drummer. You'll just be able to hear what beat he's playing if you end up at a jam night and you have to come up with a bass line yourself. So this is the shuffle feel. So 8th notes, they're uneven. Ba, 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 ba. You can just use the chord progression if you want to, but we're going to play it on A first. So just the 5th fret of the E string. Okay, just for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to E, 7th fret of the A string. 2, 3, and then D. 1, 2, 3. This is twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then A. And then E. We're then going to play a turnaround for the last 2 bars. So a turnaround will get us to the beginning of the next chorus. I'm going to give you a classic descending turnaround. Okay, we're walking down from A, G, F sharp, F, and then E, D, D sharp, E. Okay. It's probably easier to play that turnaround at this part of the bass. So you're going to play that F on the 5th, 6th, 7th, and the 8th fret of the A string rather than down there. Okay, so like this. Try that with me a little bit slower, just that turnaround. 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. Let's play that together, so the whole of the 8 bars, all right? Get ready on A, 5th fret of the E string. 3, 4. Back to the chorus again. So you might notice I'm playing nice short notes like that. You can play play that, it's up to you, but I think they sound punchier. But when I do the turnaround, I play longer. That's just a preference. So that's something to think about when you're playing it. Think about how long or short your notes are. Listen to different bass players and notice their articulation. Richard Cousins actually plays some short and then he goes into longer notes for the eighth notes. He kind of varies that depending on the vibe he wants to create. I'll now play this shuffle bass line through with a backing track, so just have a listen or join in with me if you want to. If you're enjoying this video, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. And if you click the bell and select all, you'll get notified as soon as I release a new video. If you turned up to a jam night and played that shuffle root note groove, that simple groove, that would be absolutely fine. It would be really nice and solid, but you want to make it a little bit more exciting if possible. So now we're going to look at what Richard Cousins does. As I said, he varies it each time, but he does do a kind of main idea that he uses for each chorus. He uses a lot of walk-ups, so when he goes from A to E, okay, he just goes, okay, so that's a blues walk-up, it's the 3 frets below the target root note, so A there, E there, and we're just going A, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, and you can double up the notes if you want. Okay, and then he's kind of playing, that's just root, major third, fifth, just doing it below, but doubling up. And that's really nice, that's a triplet idea. You're fitting 3 notes into one beat. Okay, so E, B, E flat, D. Alright, a little bit tricky technically. I use 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can do 3, 2, 1 and then shift 1. 3, 2, 1, 1. It's up to you, okay? It's a little bit tricky that. You can leave that out if you want to. And then we've got this pattern again. So that's kind of root, major third, fifth. All right, so you can do it above the root note or below. Okay, so it's just using root, third, fifth, but we're playing the third and the fifth below. And that's the flat 7. So your classic notes there. Root, major third, fifth, flat 7. They're your real money notes for blues. And then here he's stepping up from E to A. Okay, so first of all he's done A to E. And then E to A. It's a blues walk up from E to A, playing the 3 notes below A. So he's kind of doing a long run there. Okay, and then he does his turnaround. So he plays this descending idea that I showed you in the shuffle groove. Okay, so he's using that. He often does that. Sometimes he just plays it with quarter notes, but that idea in that penultimate bar, and then so he's using triplets again. So ba 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 da da ba 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 da da ba 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 da da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba. So that's the first chorus turnaround. In the second chorus, he plays something similar. He uses quarter notes first, and then this pattern. All right, so he's using the same idea. He's kind of coming from A, playing the D sharp to the E, but it's just a bit busier. I use the open A there. And the third chorus turnaround, he does a similar thing, but he's using these open A's. They're kind of muted, or they're just quick, so they sound muted. Alright, so you can bounce off that low, that open A, so you can use, so that the upper notes use your second finger to pluck, and then the lower notes your first finger, like this. So that's a useful technique in blues bass lines, to use these open strings, especially if you've got A and E to use. And then, so again, he's using that last bar. It's kind of using that, going up to E, and then using the low E. So you can see there slight variations on these turnarounds that Richard Cousins playing, but he uses the same idea. So you can come up with some more ideas and listen to the recording and see what else he does as well. When Cousins starts the second chorus, he starts on the high A. Okay, instead of the low A. Okay. And then this bar's the same as the first chorus. Alright, and the D. These really nice couple of bars here. Really nice rhythm. So he's kind of using triplets, he's kind of missing notes out, it's making it really nicely syncopated. I use the open A, D. Okay, so there's a bit of a pause there. 4 on 4. Alright, that second bar of D. He's got a rest at the beginning of beat 3. I'll play the first line of chorus 2. Some really great ideas there. So have a look at the PDF and see if you can incorporate some of these syncopations and these rests into your own bass lines. Really, really nice. The next line, same. And then he's walking up with quarter notes, but he's using a low E on the first beat, like this. Okay. Right, the third chorus starts with this A, the upper A. So where we drop down to the D, he doesn't use a triplet there, but it's the same idea, it's the same notes. E, E flat, D, with the triplet, we just put in the lower A. And actually, when you're doing that triplet, you could use open A's. Okay? It's up to you. Okay, and then this pattern on D. So it's just a bit busier, it's nice. And it's up to you whether you use that open A there for this D pattern or the fretted A. And then he goes to quarter notes and then eighth notes. So they are the first 3 choruses of the original bass line that Richard Cousins plays. I'm now just going to play with the backing track just the first couple of choruses of his exact bass line so you can hear how it sounds in context with the track. So Richard Cousins keeps that basic shuffle feel, but he's busier. He uses blues walk-ups, he uses muted notes, he uses open strings, these triplets as well, and some spaces and syncopation, and makes that into a really exciting bass line, but it still lays down a really solid bass line to support the rest of the band. So what I suggest you do now is to make sure that you know the chord progression using this basic shuffle groove bass line. All right, you can play it through with the Clapton version. It's all in the right key. That's just a little bit faster, the Clapton version, the live version. And then look at some of Richard Cousins' bass line. Get the free PDF. I've written the first 3 choruses out on there. And then listen to the rest of the song. Listen to what he's doing. Listening is so important if you want to become a better musician. Listen to how he varies different sections of this bass line as he goes through the song. And then also you can try it and try some of your own ideas, because the reason for these lessons really is so you can take these ideas away yourself, not so you can just learn a bass line note for note all the way through. It's so you can incorporate these concepts into your own playing. If you want to delve deeper into your blues vocabulary, then check out my blues roadmap. This shows you how to move from simple blues patterns to complete walking lines and fills that work in any blues style. I outline particular GBS YouTube lessons and my courses that will help you to achieve this. You can view the roadmap on my website. Just click on the Blues Bass tab in the main menu at the top, or head to gbshed.com/blues-bass. I'd love to hear what you thought of this lesson, or if you've got any more suggestions of really iconic blues songs to look at that have got great bass lines. So let me know by leaving a comment below this video. You can also help me out by liking and sharing this video, and also subscribing to my channel. If you got value out of this lesson, you can always buy me a coffee or buy me a few that will get me a beer. So the details are at the bottom of the screen here, or you can click the link below in the description. This is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. Hopefully see you very soon in the next video.